Dire team pick.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the last game of the SEA group stage. It's
Radiant
iDeal
team
Gigabyte going
pick.
up against Execration. Both have the blue logos. Let's see who is going to be just slightly stronger. iDeal, they 2-0'd, and I guess both teams 1-1. That's why we're here. But iDeal looking perhaps slightly more solid, although Execration after last game definitely putting up a pretty good showing as well. They don't have access to the IO, however. That's something that they have been running throughout these games. We'll see if they can clean it out or if iDeal are going to grab this one. I'm Mikelorus, going to be joined by Daneliecasts. Looks like we have a Doom first pick. Looks like it's pretty much par for the course, but Execration with no access to the IO, what the hell do they do?
Reserve time.
They could still, honestly, if they really want to, pick the Tiny, but I think the Wisp is such a big aspect of it that they're going to have to try and change their game plan. And because we've seen Execration just play Tiny Wisp, what other play style can they bring to the table? I'm pretty sure they can play a lot of other styles, but we just don't know because we haven't seen anything else.
Yeah, I think it's probably safe to say that they have, they could do things other than just play Tiny Wisp, but that's definitely where they're most comfortable, at least right now. So I like the ban coming out from iDeal and lets them grab a Doom, so that's a pretty reasonable start. And Doom with Ember Spirit. I mean, Doom versus Ember Spirit, great for the Doom, obviously, but now you have those two working together, it's a hell of a lot of slow burn AoE magic damage. Not sure if that's going to be super relevant. Execration get the Earthshaker and the Queen of Pain. Very 0.84 opening from them, but most of the time Ember Spirit going to go towards the mid lane. iDeal have been playing with this Ember Spirit through all of their games as well. Game 1 was fantastic, Game 2 not as much so. And he's once again going to be facing up against this Quap.
I'm pretty sure iDeal is just going to be happy that they've got the Ember Spirit again. They're very comfortable with the hero. It's just like Execration if they got the Tiny Wisp. Just getting comfort heroes means that the player that plays them feels more comfortable and that they're going to be able to do more on that hero compared to someone that doesn't typically play it. So I'm pretty sure Toy going to be very happy to have this hero yet again. I think the question is he going to have a decent start? Because we've seen what he can do with a good start. We've seen what he can do with a not so good start. So Ember Spirit's not going to change the entire way the game's played. I feel like the Doom's going to be dictating quite a bit of the flow just because if we can get the Queen of Pain before she gets her kit off, that's going to be a lot of damage off the table for Execration because they've gone for two supports. Now they're going to pick up the Dazzle now. They've gone for two supports that don't really provide damage. It's not like a Scarlet Mage or a Lion or even a Rubik that can throw quite a bit of damage. They've got the Dazzle for sustain. Earthshaker's there for control. He will be there for damage later on, but the Queen of Pain's for damage now, as in early to mid game.
It's all about keeping this Queen of Pain alive. Dazzle's a great hero to have versus a Doom. That being said, it's also a hero that gets completely shut down by Doom. In fact, all three of these heroes from Execration, once they're doomed, are fairly useless. So, ooh, there's a damaging support hero. It's iDeal to grab the Skywrath Mage. Now, I like the Skywrath Mage as a hero. I feel like you really do need someone like a Rubik, like a Clockwork on your side, to partner up with him to make him truly effective, as free-handing a Flare can sometimes get you killed, but you'd rather have some sort of setup for it. Probably just the Rubik right now. Like, you're up against an Earthshaker, Queen of Pain, Dazzle, all have good skills to steal, especially that Shaker, and you set up for the Skywrath Mage. But yeah, iDeal looking to perhaps get a little bit of early game action with their supports. And that's something that Execration, as you said, really can't do. Defensively, they can allow Queen of Pain to go aggressive, allow maybe like a Gyrocopter pick to go pretty aggressively, but they have to deal with a lot more powerful early game heroes from iDeal.
Yeah, I would love to see a Rubik pick up here for iDeal. It's going to be a great partner for a Scarlet Mage, and there's an abundance of spells that he would love to steal. You want Blink, you want Sonic Wave, you want Grave, you want Fissure. So I'm really looking forward to Rubik here if iDeal wants to go for that hero.
Execration can, I guess, if they want to put Shaker in the off lane, but it might be a little bit too soft, I think, if they're going to do that. They need like a turbo carry, and most turbo carries get shut down completely by Doom. So I don't think that's really the way that they want to go. They probably have to just concede that hero to the iDeal side and grab probably an offlane hero. We've been seeing a lot of support Shaker in these games. Clockwork is still available as Brood was banned out. Darkseer alternatively seemed like a pretty solid pick, especially with the Disruptor already banned out. Or we have a Wind Ranger. Okay. I hope that's not going towards offlane, but it is a hero that can fare pretty decently here.
I really wouldn't like the Queen of Pain in the offlane role this game. I really feel like this Queen of Pain needs farm to come online soon because you can't wait too long. Once the Ember Spirit gets the Battle Fury, even though you can do quite a bit of damage, he'll be elusive, he'll be hitting hard, he'll be annoying. So hopefully it's a safe lane Queen of Pain, unless they want to put the safe Wind Ranger safe lane. Or is there a
10
chance that they could
seconds
potentially go for an aggressive dual lane with the Wind Ranger Dazzle?
5 seconds
It's
remaining.
possible, but it's not super strong. Like, you know that you're going to be going up against, at the very least, Skywrath Mage,
Reserve time.
who's going to be putting a lot of free damage into you. Now a Lion for iDeal. Not that
Radiant
Rubik pick,
team
but
back.
still pretty much is there to get the job done of setting up for the Skywrath Mage. Also provides a little bit of useful utility up against that Queen of Pain and versus the Wind Ranger as well. Yeah, Execration, I mean, the Wind Ranger is very powerful, the Queen of Pain is very powerful. When you have both of them in the mid and safe lanes, no matter
10
what the
seconds remaining.
assignment is, then your late game is a little bit hit or miss. Like, you can do a lot of damage with the Sonic Wave with the Focus Fire, but alternatively, the sustained damage coming out from these two is kind of limited.
Reserve time.
Yeah, they're really lacking damage now. They have a Wind Ranger who is going to do okay. Queen of Pain, that if she was in the mid lane instead of the Wind Ranger, she'd have been fine as well. She will come online a little bit later.
Dire team banned.
I'm really wondering what Execration wants to go for this last pick. If it's going to be an off lane or if it's going to be a safe lane. Because Queen of Pain can go in either lane, much weaker in the
Radiant
off
team
lane role though. She doesn't really give you that much that a standard off lane hero normally would. I really don't know what they could go for. They need too much out of this last hero.
And it needs to be a hero that can still kind of function when doomed, or at least won't get completely demolished. Like, this is a situation where you have to look towards those kind of niche, almost cheesy heroes, like Broodmother, Drow Ranger, both of whom are already banned out. Huskar is another one of those really cheesy heroes, but that's not going to fly versus a Doom. It's a Slardar pick for Execration. Now, this has the advantage of being able to amplify the Wind Ranger's late game with the amplified damage. And that in and of itself is pretty good. Dazzle has some minus armor as well. Slardar doesn't really have a super easy way of getting in, like there's no Tusk on his team. Is a hero that can take a Doom decently. I don't know, I feel like Slardar in general is kind of a mediocre pick. You really need the right environment for him. Not really sure if this is that game. Like, if you try to go for the Ember Spirit, he'll just leap away. Lion can disengage with the Spike and the
5 seconds
Hex. There's
remaining.
a lot of things that Slardar has to work through, and he wants to get his Blink Dagger first, then a BKB afterwards. It's a lot of farm that the hero has to
Reserve
get,
time.
and he's not really good at farming.
Yeah, there is one advantage with the Slardar though. If he gets levels incredibly early and if he can get his farm really quick too, he can melt through some of these heroes. Even Skywrath Mage and Lion, if they get caught with the Crush Amplify damage, they get hit probably 3 times and they're dead. So this Slardar is very hit and miss for me. He needs farm though, so this is going to have to be the offlane Queen of Pain that we're not really looking forward to. It's going to be a hard offlane as well though. It's against a Lion and a Skywrath Mage. She's going to get nothing.
I'm trying to think, maybe they could put the Wind Ranger in that off lane, but really, no matter what they throw into that off lane, it's not going to be Execration favored. They could always do like some weird Earthshaker off lane Wind Ranger support stuff, or even Slardar pseudo support. I've seen that a couple times. Not
Aggressive
saying it's
tri-lane
good, but
with
it's possible.
Earthshaker Dazzle, Slardar maybe? They could aggressive tri-lane it, then the Queen of Pain will still remain relevant.
Yeah.
Slardar does get his farm a little bit slower, but maybe the Queen of Pain and the Wind Ranger becomes those heroes to make space for the Slardar. So he will still be useful, but he won't be simply going into the front lines for a crush. Maybe he skirts around the outskirts, throwing damage amps, as well as getting the occasional crush on the edge. Maybe he doesn't have to be in the middle of the fights. Maybe it's going to be the Queen of Pain and the Wind Ranger to do it for him.
I think offensive
again-
tri-lane, I mean, that's fine if the Shaker was a Tusk. I think that would be a really good offensive tri-lane for Execration. This one is fine and might have some success, but it's not going to be just like an auto win. Especially, they don't even know iDeal's
10
last pick.
seconds
Gyrocopter's still in the pool. Seems like a pretty safe pick if iDeal want to grab that one. Only have 5 seconds left to make this choice. Shadow Fiend is the pick. I mean, Shadow Fiend's always going to be fine, I think. I don't think Execration can put lethal pressure onto the Shadow Fiend all the time. This is going to actually be grabbed by Toy, so it seems like we have a little bit of a hero swap up.
So it's going to be a safe lane Ember Spirit. Safe lane Ember, KYT, Doom off lane, Toy mid lane, and then supports are supports. You don't have to say anything about supports.
What the hell happened to the Skywrath Mage's name? Don't know what happened there, but
It's not a player.
yeah,
Computer generated.
error, player not found. But either way, Shadow Fiend going towards mid versus the Wind Ranger or Queen of Pain should have for the most part an even lane. Even with the Earthshaker interrupting, you would expect iDeal supports to be a little bit more aggressively pacing the game out, just on the roam all the time, as Skywrath mages and Lions would usually love to do, especially when they're ganking into lanes with Shadow Fiends, with Dooms, with Ember Spirits. They can do a lot with those heroes just sitting in the lane.
Yeah, so we'll just have to see how this goes. Both of these drafts are going to be purely execution based. I'm looking more at Execration though. If they can get the ball rolling, I can really see their draft working out. But I feel iDeal has a draft that has more ease to execution. They don't have heroes that are super reliant on items or levels. They're going to find farms somehow. They're lucky to be running a Doom because he could just rotate into the jungle. Whereas Execration, they've got no heroes that can really just go into the jungle and farm if they can't get anything. So it's really hard to say. But I think iDeal should have this in the bag unless they somehow miss something during the laning phase and give a little bit too much space to Execration. I would be expecting a lot of rotations as well, honestly, from these supports.
I think I agree with you. It's like, just looking at these heroes, I think I'd favor iDeal 60-40, something like that. Not a huge advantage, but as you said, the ease of execution is a big factor. If you have an idiot-proof draft, then you can make more mistakes and you can always recover. Not saying that they are idiots. That's just how it is. Like, they can die a couple times on the Shadow Fiend, let's say, gets a couple of stacks, and suddenly he's back up to where he should be. Same thing for the Doom. If he gets a Midas, if he doesn't get the Midas, he'll always have that Devour to recover. And Ember Spirit probably the one who's the most vulnerable to just getting completely locked out of the game. But even then, if you have a Shadow Fiend and Doom who are having a good time, your Ember Spirit gets a lot of time to farm up in the background, and he's good to go. So iDeal have heroes that can do a lot with very little and can accelerate themselves either, further past where they should be or back to where they should be if they fall behind. So just the power of farm is going to be difficult for Execration. They need to get ahead and then stay ahead. And for Execration, they have the draft to do it, but do they have the playstyle to do it? We'll see. They're going to put Primo on the Queen of Pain. He's going to be soloing that mid lane. 1, 2, 3 is on the Wind Ranger up towards top. It's a Wit's Shaker. You can join him. Nando is on the Slaughter, down towards bottom. Cinco not playing that Io, is playing the Dazzle. Seems like, though, this player is always on that healer utility hero.
So on the side of iDeal, who will be on the Radiant side for today, we've got TNT playing that Ember Spirit, who actually might get caught out by Wind Ranger Earthshaker combo. Unless these two get caught out themselves. There is a Skywrath Mage going onto the high ground. They're not going to continue going on, though. So TNT, going to see the Wind Ranger, going to have to try and go to the right, but he's going to run into Primo. There's a lot of damage being thrown out by Primo. Does he have the blink available? No, he actually went for the dagger first, but he's fine. Fish is going to be there. They do kill the... Oh, wow, they get the Ember Spirit anyway. They won't get 1, 2, 3, though, but... Well, that's what Execration needed, and it's a kill for the Queen of Pain. So that's going to actually help her get that bottle a little bit quicker, too.
It's going to balance out the fact that she was not able to get that bounty rune. So, I mean, yeah, the Shadow Fiend gets it, and he's going to be pretty happy about that. But they get a kill on the Ember Spirit, and bounty rune, as valuable as it is, just not quite as good as First Blood on a Queen of Pain. So it is going to be Execration with a slightly better start than iDeal. Dazzle's the one to grab the bottom bounty rune. Not really sure if that's going to be doing that much for him, but either way, Primo still having an okay matchup versus the Shadow Fiend, having an even better matchup still given the start. Up towards top lane, we got a Fissure walling off too. However, Spike is there. Wind Ranger already is going to pop up that passive, and then the Courier is going to fall actually to the Skywrath Mage. He might trade his life for it, although this Wind Ranger taking a lot of damage will fall. Here comes a Wit, going to try to seal the deal on the Skywrath Mage with the Salve now, and TNT coming in. A Wit cannot chase any further. He's going to take a lot of magic damage from the Bolt and the Impale. That's going to be a Shaker Wind Ranger dual off lane that is just not going to have a great start. Wind Ranger with level 1 Wind Run, great at trading hits, but you cannot trade hits with Arcane Bolts. Those things, even at level 1, do a ridiculously broken amount of damage.
That was a disaster as well. Courier has already died, so even though Primo can afford the bottle, someone's going to have to TP into the mid lane to deliver it for him. Unless he bypasses it completely, or he just waits for the whole 2-minute duration. So I think that misplay in the top lane, it doesn't just hurt the Wind Ranger, but it's going to hurt Primo on the Queen of Pain as well, which...
Oh, and again.
Yeah. Oh, God. It's fine. Oh, it's fine.
Mana Drain, actually, level 2 from Yo 2. I mean, that's okay, especially versus Shaker. Shaker with no mana is a very sad hero. But I feel like if they had Hex there, they may have gotten that kill. They would have had just enough mana. Actually, they would have been just short, so never mind. It looks like Mana Drain was the correct choice there, but this is the lane that Execration have chose for themselves up towards top. And they're not going to get that much out of this lane. They're effectively cutting the Wind Ranger and Shaker both out of this game by staying up here. And I like this decision from Awit to actually leave. Like, he can't do much to help out the Wind Ranger there. At least try to help out Primo and get her a slightly better time versus the SF.
Yeah, so Primo's going to buy the bottle. Courier respawns in 50 seconds, but this hurts Primo though. It means that he can't play super aggressive up against the Shadow Fiend because he can't spam out the bottle. Whereas for Toy, he's fine. He's got a bottle, he's got a courier, so he's going to have it delivered. He'll be able to actually damage the Queen of Pain, and he'll have some sustain as well. So, God, I'm really... If I was Primo, I'd be hitting my head on the wall. Why is the courier dead? Now. It's not even 2 minutes. Smoke into the mid lane there. They really want to kill Toy. Courier's going to come in. Oh, I
Courier's
could snipe
not moving.
Run,
hit. Courier, run!
No bottle though, but they get the fissure onto Toy. But looks like they're not going to commit onto him. Instead, they just go for a revenge kill on the courier. Too bad there's no bottle on it though. If Toy put his bottle on the courier and then maybe sent it back and it got hit twice, then it would have been a massive blow to the Shadow Fiend. But still, courier's a courier.
Yeah, there's no rune spawn for another minute, but he will have one more bottle charge. He'll be just fine. Looking at Primo now, he's actually gone for a very peculiar build. These are double null talismans on Queen of Pain, and null tallies on Quap, they're fine, but usually you want to save that gold and build up towards something a little bit bigger. Aghanim Scepter, Orchid, what have you. You gotta get those null talismans. There you go. This is a pretty aggressively slanted build here from this Queen of Pain. She wants to actually actively look for kills, especially on the Shadow Fiend with this build, and it seems like if Shadow Fiend shows his face here, he may just die. Just Blink Shadow Strike will do a hell of a lot of damage, but that's not going to happen just yet. And then we have the bottom lane where it's pretty much going to be par for the course. KYT not getting a ton of farm here, but Nando is, and this Slardar is working probably on his Blink Dagger now that he's completed his power treads. Not much that iDeal can do to actually slow him down.
Yeah, I really like the way Execration's playing this though. The double null talismans on the Queen of Pain, they're cheap, cost-efficient items to boost her damage, so normally you wouldn't be worried about Queen of Pain's right-click damage, but she's hitting like a truck at the moment, so all of a sudden it boosts her threat against iDeal. They're going to be a little bit less willing in trying to kill her off, and this means that she's going to be a factor. Nando's going to be a factor as well soon once he gets his items. He's got treads already, so he's already hitting pretty hard, and he's pretty tanky as well, unless he gets jumped on. Shadow coming in from the backside, so Toy looks like he wants to go right after the poor Dazzle, who gets silenced as well. He should get finished off here, but look at Nando. Gets a kill into the Sky Earth Mage, so honestly, Dazzle's still alive, never mind. He's going to be okay for a little bit longer, but Jukes into the trees. Can he get out though? He's actually out juking the Doom. Looks like Sunko is going to be absolutely fine. Oh man, I actually thought he was dead.
That was pretty baller from Cinco. Nando's still going. He has a crush, but he's going to run right into a Hex. That's not going to be followed up upon even if the spike was to be thrown, but yeah, iDeal might be a little bit pissed about that one. Cinco gets away. That was supposed to be a 3v2 gank on the iDeal side, but who knows? Oh, towards top lane. Power shot after Fissure. A dead Ember Spirit. That's a much-needed kill for the Execration side. 4-1 now in the lead. And this Shaker, I mean, just stalking the mid lane the entire time. Ember Spirit is not actually last hitting, or was not last hitting as well as the Slardar. And now after a second death, still having a rough time. Slardar now 2 kills to his name. This game is coming up Execration. They're getting the start that they really need. And for iDeal, they, well, had a rotation towards the bottom lane with the Shadow Fiend that was an utter failure. Left the Queen of Pain in the mid lane to freely last hit, and is almost at level 7.
This is pretty scary for iDeal. They're going up against a draft that... What? Oh, never mind, sorry. I looked at the observer board. I thought for some reason that was iDeal that put the award down there, but no, it was it's Execration. So they're going to have an observer board over there. They will have the vision, and this might be the opening for Primo if he wants to try to jump onto Toy, but I don't think he has enough burst damage as of yet. He could try, but... Oh, never mind, double damage rune. Well, this is going to hurt like a bitch.
Yeah, double damage rune, especially going for the no talisman build, makes it hurt even more. Get double value out of that int. Up towards top, though, it's going to be a 3v2. Doom is only level 4, however. They're going to charge forward anyway, looking for the Wind Ranger. That was never going to land those chains. Now, Wit actually has a pretty good angle here for a fissure. Unless he gets silenced, it's still available, and it will be used. Jump forward from Primo, though, looking for the Sonic Wave. He will hold it for a little bit long, and he's going to get it onto 3 eventually, but taking a lot of damage in the process. He'll get the kill on the Doom. Doesn't have a blink, but he has another Scream. TNT will tank it with the shield. A 1-2-3 kill at the Skyriff Mage in the meantime. Now using that Wind Run, chasing forward for the Ember Spirit. Will grab that kill. And a 3-for-2 trade. 1-2-3, the big winner there. It's a double kill for the Wind Ranger. Minor damage done to the mid-tier 1. Nando's actually going to charge right in. Push Toy out. But that was a great fight for Execration. Maybe not as good as they really would want, but still, the Slardar, he's going in, man. He wants Toy. Land a crush very quickly, realize this is not where I should be. He has another sprint soon. He'll deploy it immediately, and the silence comes straight after. That's a big raise. One more right click, not going to do it, but he runs into Doom. He's gonna get the crush off, and Doom, he has a shockwave that won't be lethal. Run, Nando, run. It looks like he's actually gonna get away from this.
Gonna crush the creep wave as well. A little greedy there, but he's got the secondary sprint, so he gets out. Well, unfortunately, there's no chase and no catch for iDeal aside from the Scarab Mage, which is a little unfortunate for them. And now that they know that they're dealing with the Slardar, he's not incredibly elusive, but very mobile, if you're relying on your supports to keep him in place, Scarab Mage, probably not the best because there's still a travel time for concussive shot. Lion will probably be the best hero to control him up. But there's a high chance that the Lion gets caught in the middle of the fray as well. If Slardar's not silenced, there's a chance that Lion just gets crushed and smacked to death.
The Lion's stun is just, let's say, not a fissure. It needs to be pretty close. Hex and Spike range are rather similar, so you gotta be exactly that close to get the initiation off on the Slaughter. This is the crowd control on the Slaughter, and if you're that close, that means the Earthshaker's in reach, that means the Wind Ranger's in reach. Hell, that means everyone from Execration is in reach for that Lion kill, so it's a very vulnerable place for him to be. Primo looking for a snipe onto the Scarab Mage. It's only level 3 Scream. That wouldn't have been enough damage. If it was level 4, Blink Scream, you get the kill, probably die afterwards. Still wouldn't have been a good trade for Primo, but 7-3 in Execration have the start they want. They need to translate this Slaughter's Gold into a Blink Dagger, so he, as long as he doesn't die, should have that one by the 10-minute mark with Power Treads. An outrageous amount of farm on this hero. Then it's time to really step up the pressure. They have to actually look for these kills more aggressively, look for some towers afterwards, because Doom is still going to go for that Midas, and though he's behind in farm right now, don't expect that to stay the case. They're going to actually catch eyes on the Dazzle. Concussive going to slow him down, but Singho clearly is not a super easy kill, especially when so many heroes are so far away. He may get hit with a spike through the trees. No, it's not going to happen. Doom's going to look to cut him off. Stomp's going to miss. And now it's on to Yo2. He's going to get the spike off onto Nando. Slow him down. Primo's going to take a raise to the dome. However, it'll be the line to fall first due to a crush. Sonic Wave through onto 3 again. Primo's going to turn around and fight. Up against Toy. Will get graved up as well, so he's just not going to die here. Doom chasing forward. He doesn't have the AoE up, though, so it's going to be Primo to survive. And now they see the Skywrath Mage. They still have no blink. They're going to try to sprint after him. Primo, if he blinks forward, a bolt. There's no mana for it, but still will kill him off if the Scarab Mage is to land it. Nando still wants in, though. TP coming in. It's Yo2 again. Spike, level 1 Hex. That's not going to do enough, although, yeah, he's going to put a couple right clicks in. Nando might fear the tower. Doesn't have a lot of mana, but he'll stick up, crush, and get the kill. Primo jumping into the bolt. Will now get a salve up, and he'll get away. This is just a feeding frenzy for Execration, and the scariest thing is for iDeal is that Shaker wasn't involved in that, and Nando didn't have his Blink Dagger in that either.
So if that's what happens without a Blink Dagger, what happens when this Blink Dagger is in his inventory? Earthshaker dies to the Ember Spirit, so at least there's a little ray of sunshine there for iDeal, but it's very minor. It's a single kill. So what does iDeal do now? I think they have to be playing in more of a defensive position. They're up against a draft that's going to be super aggressive. They can try and reinforce, but I don't really think they have the necessary tools to counterplay Execration unless they have a hero numbers advantage. Like, even though Execration went into this in a 4v5 scenario, well, it wasn't even 4v5. Ember Spirit wasn't even there. It was essentially a 4v4, 4v whoever dribbled in kind of scenario for them. What does iDeal do now? Do they just sit back passively and farm? Oh god, Slaughter. This guy is crazy.
And he's not done yet. You can't stop a crazy person by turning him into a fish. He sees you. Blink, crush. That was half of the Lion's health pool. A couple more hits. Nando's going to draw a double up on this top lane. Man, that initiation from Nando is actually Blink, Amplify, Crush. It takes a lot of time to cast that Amplify, but the value is definitely there because if you don't, you guys don't know, oh, whoa, that's Scarab Mage down the bottom lane. Slithering Crush is physical damage, so it is amplified by minus armor. That's 3 kills across the map for Execration, and, well, you ask the question, what happens now that the Slaughter has his Blink Dagger? Stuff like that happens. He gets kills, multiple kills that he really shouldn't be getting. Maybe he gets the first kill, definitely shouldn't be able to get the second one, but now the tower is also going to fall. And now that the Slaughter does have his Blink Dagger, this is going to get a lot of extra free space for these other heroes to farm. Like Dazzle may end up getting his Glimmer Cape. We have Wind Ranger going for what looks like a Force Staff, though that may be turned into a Aghanim Scepter. Queen of Pain going for the same exact build, and Shaker needs his Blink as well. This is a great momentum item for Execration because it allows the other heroes to get their items up as well.
Yeah, that's true. So it is going to be a Force Staff on the Wind Ranger. She's picked up the recipe for it, whereas the Queen of Pain, it's going to be a Yule Scepter, it seems. Got a Void Stone in the stash. What are your thoughts on Yule's Queen of Pain? I feel like it's a budget item. You never normally pick it up unless you're suffering from silence, but
It's like anti-Skyrath Mage. Oh, Nando, he's going to get amplified down towards bottom. Can't blink out of Doom, and now he's just going to roast. Slowly but surely. Unless they give up the chase with the Doom. No one's TPing in. Nando's still going to die. They could have had a pretty easy deny here, but up towards top lane, they're going to initiate onto the Lion. Not exactly a great trade. That's something that iDeal should be looking for. That's the Hand of Might is completed on the Doom if he wants to complete that one. Kind of surprised that actually no one came there to deny that slaughter. It's worth 75 gold to deny, what, 1,000 gold to the Doom?
Yeah, well, I guess Doom's not really that big of a factor. If it went into someone's pocket, for example, maybe the Ember Spirit, then it may have been a little bit of a different story. Because, yeah, Doom could use that money to buy a Blink Dagger, maybe components for an Aghanim Scepter, but I don't really think KYT's that big of a threat yet for Execration. They've got nice sustain with that Dazzle, so it's not the end of the world, but they do see him. Oh, maybe I have to rest in pieces very shortly, and it looks like that's going to be the case. Shackled to the tree. I was actually the creep, never mind.
Creep's not going anywhere. They'll get the farm and the Doom for value.
Value kill right there, so... This is such a scary game for iDeal. They can't feel safe anywhere. There's so many aggressive wards that their rotations and movements are being spotted constantly.
Oh, even TNT. Invis usually going to keep you safe around the mid lane at this stage in the game, but there's a random sentry here for whatever reason, and it's not going to fly. That Ember Spirit's going to be spotted out. Yule Scepter now completed on the Queen of Pain, so anti-seal from the Skyrath Mage, anti-chains from this Ember Spirit. It's pretty good defensive tech there, but I really would have liked to see Execration try to step up the pressure with this Queen of Pain's build. Go for Aghanim Scepter to join the slaughter in those gank trains. Ideally, they would not lose the courier here, and it looks like he will get away. But, you know, a little bit more of an offensive slant. They still can play this game fairly slowly, but I feel like that puts them in more risk than they really should be taking on right now.
Yeah, I thought maybe even Primo could potentially go for a Orchid, although Primo taking quite a bit of damage, but he's going to be fine. His team's going to be there with him. Amplified damage. They have to send the Ember Spirit back. There's a Rec Room coming out from Toy. Is there going to be a jump in by Execration, though? Where's the jump? Force staffing him forward. Nando wants to crush. He wants the Shadow Fiend. He should be able to end him very shortly. Doom. Oh, actually gets thrown out onto the Dazzle, so Dazzle's going to definitely get picked off here unless he gets denied. 1-2-3 has to deny off the Dazzle. He can't afford to give him anything, although never mind, Ember Spirit's going to be there, but the Scream finishes off the Ember Spirit. Came in a little bit too late and also too close to the action. KYT should be fine here. Gets Shackle Shot? No, he doesn't. Just TP's out. He's fine, but the rest of iDeal, not really the same case. All of these heroes, never mind. Okay, I did not see the cancel there on the TP. I'm assuming that was just a Shackle Shot. Or a fissure. Never mind. Complete team wipe then for iDeal. And they get a Dazzle kill. A Dazzle kill.
Yay, we got the Dazzle down. It's something, right? It's not good enough at this stage. Execration just had them on the run from the get-go. That's what happens when you have a blinking Slardar, and Doom on the Dazzle, as nice as that is, even though it did get the kill, it was the only kill that they got. You gotta Doom off someone like Queen of Pain. At this point, someone like Slardar, just to make him a little bit more hesitant about continuing on with that chase. The lack of sustain there from the lack of Dazzle is certainly something that Execration felt, kind of, but they're just so grossly ahead at this stage that it doesn't even matter at this point. 21-6. They're holding on to almost a 10k gold lead. Experience only at 7,500. Yes, only at 7,500 for 15 minutes in the game. It's still a disgusting lead for Execration. And this is, you know, kind of, even with going for like this mid to late game type of item build, the Slaughter is going full on into the early game. But Wind Ranger going for a mechanism, the Queen of Pain, it's going to go for a Yules into an ultimate orb item, at least this Queen of Pain, looking to scale things into the late game rather than going all in early.
Yeah. Now there is a mech advantage on the side of Execration for now, but the Shadow Fiend's just finished his up as well, so it's just going to be a mech equality, I guess, on both sides. And it looks like they want to try and jump onto 1-2-3 on the Wind Ranger, but who's their initiator? How do they jump on this Wind Ranger? There's so much time for 1-2-3 to react. It's just ridiculous. They will silence as well as throw a nuke, but looks like she's going to be home free. 1-2-3 going to be okay.
Oh, but Shadow Fiend, he's getting chased down by Primo. There's the Yule Scepter, the Wind Ranger, Slaughter, they're coming in hot. Power shot through. Crush going to cancel the first channel of Requiem. Mystic Flare is not going to do jack, and they'll bring down the Shadow Fiend. Nice 3-man spike for Yo too, but Ask the Slaughter with the Blink and Queen of Pain with the Blink if they care. They don't. Blink Crush not even going to connect, but they'll work him down anyway. In the meantime, 1, 2, 3 chasing after the Skywrath Mage. We'll see her target actually is going to get silenced before that. But now TNT walks right in. Should be walking right out, and he will try, but he will not jump to that Spirit yet. He'll just get shackled and brought down. Triple kill for Primo. And also the Skywrath Mage now amped up. Primo's going to jump forward with the Eul Scepter. Make the power shot miss, but they'll get the Skywrath Mage kill anyway. KYT is going to jump into the trees. He'll TP out of there, but it's a 4-0 in favor of Execration. And again, Awit is just not there because they don't even need their Taker at this point. He's just happily farming up under the tower.
The amount of damage coming out on the side of Execration is disgusting. And alone, you have a level 12 Slaughter 17 minutes into the game. He's throwing 15 armor reduction onto any of his targets. Have you seen how much damage he does by himself hitting the supports? He does about 1/5 of their HP if he gets amped. And they're going to GG as well. They know this game is over. Oh man, you've got to be feeling pretty bad about this as iDeal.
I'm not sure if this was... I mean, I can understand that they're feeling really bad about this game. I don't think the game is necessarily over because they still have, you know, all those, you know, recovery tools that I was talking about before. But I guess they just got into their own heads. They could have still brought this game back, at least made it a little bit more even. But Execration, I guess they get the free 18-minute win, so, you know, they're feeling pretty good about it.
Absolutely. I'd be feeling ecstatic to get a win like that from Execration. And we were talking about the draft. They had a finicky draft, which could have gone badly, but off the back of a couple of really nice plays, some nice rotations, and just slowly shutting down iDeal, they got it. They got everything that they needed. They starved iDeal. That was it. iDeal just couldn't come back. So great stuff from Execration in this game.
That is going to mean that it's Execration to be in second place and AA to be in first place. So congratulations to them moving onwards from this group. We are not done. We're done with the Southeast Asian part of this, but we're going to move into Europe now, guys, as the first game is going to be A Warriors versus Goomba Gaming. It's been a while since I've casted Goomba. I'm not completely familiar with the name Warriors, but I'm pretty sure they have some big names. That's going to be happening in about 20 minutes, guys. Yeah, Ancient Warriors, who is on this team. Let's find out. Zeroji. Oh, man, Zeroji's a baller. And got Excalibur there as well. So that one should be good. That's going to be coming up in about 20 minutes, guys. Don't go anywhere. Or do go somewhere in 20 minutes, but come back. I'm Mikelorus. I've been joined by Daneliecasts for the SEA region. If you enjoyed it, there's going to be more tomorrow, so be sure to tune in then. But follow us on Twitter at Mikelorus, at Daneliecasts. It's all on the screen right now. And yeah, we'll be right back then.